joining us on Final Drive TV. We are here at round 4 of the Nitto Tire United States Touring Car Championship. We are at Mazda Raceway Laguna Seca. What a fabulous track.
Historical racetrack, just gorgeous. We come here once a year, and it's just such a lovely track to drive. All the drivers are very, very blessed to be able to come here and do this, and this year's a little bit different.
That's true.
Tough.
It's a little bit tougher. I don't know, like our drivers are a little off pace.
Yeah, typically you're lucky to get 72 degrees here. We're seeing into the 80s, and that's taking its toll on the track. So everybody is really struggling for grip this weekend.
Right. So I think our track is hot, our tires are hot, and our lap times are off.
They are 2 seconds across the board.
Wow.
Across the entire board, where everybody's stranded. What's going on here? But at least it's even Steven, right? Everybody's 2 seconds off. And even better than that, they're all within a second of each other. Top 10 cars within 1 second.
That is crazy. That's a real testament to the United States Touring Car Championship, that all of the cars, because of the way that they're set up and the regulations and rules that we have, that they're all equal. We've got so many different manufacturers, but all of those cars and all of the times are within a second. So that's
really fun to see. And it's fun to see guys moving around from car to car every once in a while, because there's a whole different way of driving an all-wheel drive turbo car than it is a front-wheel drive car, much less a rear-wheel drive car. So seeing the drivers jump around a little bit can be pretty interesting as well.
Right, but we've got a great group of drivers. They really respect each other. I know that they get out there. This is our second race of this weekend, and that's a little unusual for us too. We had round 3 yesterday, round 4 today. On a typical weekend, we only do one race, and so they're all out for that race.
And today's a longer race. Today's a 45-minute race versus yesterday's 30-minute race. So yeah, I think they might have conserved a little bit. We're a little more ginger with their fenders on each other yesterday. Today, that's not going to be the case. They're going for the money today.
So we're going to have to see what goes on. We're going to talk to those drivers, and we're going to see who makes that podium at the end of the day.
It's going to be an awesome day.
Thank you, Becky and Dave. I'm Rick Nannini. I'm here once again with Julio Decker for today's starting grid. On pole position today is Ken Dobson in the Mendeola Powertrains Factory 5 GTM. Next to him, Daniel Hramstev in the Red Star Racing BMW M3.
Row 2 is Dave Brown in the Life's Good Racing Hawk-sponsored Camaro. Next to him, Vijay Mirzayan in the Achilles Motorsports BMW M3.
On the next row, we have Ron Valtierra in the T&I Racing Mazda Speed 3, rounding out the GT class. In the touring car class, on pole position with a fantastic lap, is Patrick Chio in the Nissan 350Z from Hot Speed SF. Next to him, our points leader, Beau Borders in the Life's Good Racing BMW M3.
Row 2 is Tim Barber in the TNI Mazda Speed 3. Next to him, Justin Krickenberger in the Life's Good Racing Hawk-sponsored BMW M3.
Next, we have Gregg Hughes in the Achilles Motorsports BMW M3. And next to him starting is Pete Bovenberg in the MBO Motorsports Honda Civic.
Next row sees a pair of M3s, Jim Stevens out of Achilles and Roger Eagleton out of GoGoGear.com.
Next is Rod Rojas in the GoGoGear.com Hyundai Genesis Coupe. Next to him, Michael Whelden in the Life's Good Racing BMW M3. He gets to start in the back since he switched cars the Mitsubishi broke earlier.
Row 6 sees Lars Wolfe in his Nissan, and next to him is Tom Milburn in the Bay Area Drafting Acura.
And rounding out the final position is Michael McCulligan in the Mazda Trix Mazda RX-8. He missed all of the day yesterday, had transmission issues. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But here we go. We're about to get the green flag. All the cars are lined up on the front straight. This is going to be exciting, and here we go. Look at that. The Factory 5, Ken Dobson charges ahead, and Daniel Hramstev seems to have fallen asleep at the wheel.
I think that small clutch hurts him every time in that start, but we get a clean start. Everybody gets away. There's no stalls this time.
All the touring cars are going headed to turn 2, and look at that. 3 cars up side by side. The GT cars are off now. Look at that. Daniel actually made up some distance, but all the cars made it through unscathed. No body contact, no parts flying off. That's a good thing. Here we go into turn 3. Oh, the Camaro's getting sideways. Brown is going after Dobson.
But he got around Daniel, so he went to second place right off the bat on that start. And BJ's bringing up the rear end in the GT class.
Look at the distance that Dobson's already pulled out ahead of Dave Brown. Look at that. That Factory 5 car is super fast, and Dobson really knows this track really well. This is his home track, and he's tough to beat around here.
Yeah, that pairing's been absolutely untouchable this entire weekend. Ken just completely ran away with it yesterday, and it seems like he's going for a repeat today.
Well, we see a little bit of smoke from the T&I Racing Mazda in the 5th place in the GT class. But, and if you have a car sideways in the dirt, be careful there. That's turn 6. You don't want to get sideways there. See that wall on the left there? That seems to eat cars a lot.
I think that's Whelden trying to come back from the back of the pack, and meanwhile, Rod Rojas got around Roger Eagleton as well, so that Hyundai's charging to the front.
Yeah, but here we are on Beau Borders. He's leading the touring class right now. As we look to see what's going on in the GT class, the GT cars have pulled away a big gap already.
Oh, Daniel's giving
Look at that.
Dave a hard time, and he
Daniel,
goes around the outside. Wow, the long way.
Yeah, but back behind we have 3, 4, 5, 6 touring cars with Borders, Barber, Chio, Bovenberg, and Justin Krickenberger all lined up in a row. Look at that. But the big fight seems to be between the 2 red cars, the BMW of Hramstev and the Camaro of Brown.
And we had Whelden getting around at least 2 people already, and he seems to be having a bit of a hard time getting around Eagleton, but that car seems to have the leg, the E46 has the legs on that E36.
Yeah, for sure. But up front, we have a 3-way battle for the lead in touring car and a 3-way battle or 2-way. Oh, look at that! Oh boy, who was that inside Eagleton? I missed that.
Was Whelden.
That was Whelden.
Right. He's really trying hard to get around to catch up with the front runners before they run away, and that was unfortunate that they had to change cars. But he is a very, very good, talented driver, and I don't think it's going to be long before he gets up front.
Yeah, he had a really unfortunate incident. They broke the Mitsubishi. They had to switch to another car, which meant he qualified, I believe, second. They had to toss out the second place and start in the back so that they get to start with a new car. And
sure enough, check it out. As soon as he went by Eagleton, he puts a big, giant gap between them, and he's going after Rod Rojas now.
Yeah.
Rod's going to have his mirrors full of Whelden here in a second.
Now, up front, we have Borders in first place, Barber second, and Chio, the 3 of them, bumper to bumper, in the BMW, Mazda, and Nissan. 1, 2, 3 right now in touring. BMW, Mazda, Nissan. Who's going to prevail? Let's find out here.
Well, the BMWs are on the heavy side, so I think they're going to take most amount of advantage on the front end before their tires start to get squishy on them. So we'll see.
Well, Barber won yesterday's race, and he looked really strong. And today, he's right up there, and so is Bovenberg, who's a little bit back in that Civic, in that blue Civic. But look at this. Who's that?
Again, Whelden is coming up on Rojas.
Whelden
he's going to sneak his way through
pretty quickly.
Yeah, you're usually used to seeing him in that bright red Mitsubishi, so the black BMW is kind of blending into the background here. But there he goes. He goes right around Rojas.
Yeah, there they go. Is right. But yeah, we've got this battle for. Wow, look at the Nissan get a little sideways there. Be careful there.
You can throw a blanket on the top 3. They're all nose to tail basically.
This is quite a battle up front. But you know what? Don't rule out Bovenberg either. That Civic. As we saw yesterday, that Civic was pretty darn quick, probably the fastest car of the bunch.
Right, that Civic's really light, so again, as these guys start to...
he's gonna get a run! Borders, it's Patrick Chio in the Nissan! Oh, he backed out of it. Oh, that
was a smart move. That's a fast quarter.
You don't want to go side by side
through there.
I was gonna say, that's not a turn you want to be side by side in. And knowing Barber, I'm sure he's not going to back out of it either.
Absolutely.
So.
I know these boys are brave, but
yeah,
I'm glad sanity prevailed.
Yeah, for sure. That could have been disastrous if he tried something like that. But you know what? That allowed Bovenberg to catch up a little bit to that
Sure did. Boy, that was amazing how fast he caught up on that one.
Bovenberg's car seems to get better and better with time as the race progresses, and today's race is a little bit longer than yesterday's as well, so that's another factor to keep in mind. But still, our leader still in touring remains Beau Borders in that Life's Good Racing Hawk Brake BMW M3.
So now you got the top 4 basically that you can throw a blanket over them.
Look at that! The two teammates going. He just passed by. So there goes the number 76. Michael Whelden went by the number 11 of Justin Krickenberger.
Yeah, Whelden is absolutely on a tear, and he's just picking them off one at a time. It's almost like 1 car per lap.
Well, you know what? We can do the math and see how long that's going to take for him to go up to the front. But you know what? As you pass each car, it gets harder and harder to pass each car. Each car seems to be faster as you approach, and it's a little more difficult. But look at that. Barber losing up all the track areas.
This is interesting. The top 3 stop their melee, and they put it in a bit of a gap on Pete. the gap grew.
Well, you know what? If you stop,
Oh, here we go again. Oh my goodness. Patrick keeps looking on the inside of Barber, and that's just not going to work in that turn. Whoa, wow.
There's a little. Do you see a little puff of smoke out of the Mazda?
no.
Oh no, I think Barber's broken down. Oh, well, that moves Patrick up to second place now.
This is very interesting. Unfortunately, that Mazda, the reliability in that Mazda don't seem to go hand in hand. Oh, what a shame. Wow, he's just completely offline.
At least he's being very polite and just staying out of people's way.
Yep, there goes Eagleton right by Barber. That's a shame.
Okay, well that moves up Patrick Chio in the Speed SF Nissan 350Z in that orange Nissan to second place. And third place is the blue Honda Civic, the MBO Motorsports Honda Civic of Pete Bovenberg, who's seems to be gaining a little bit of time, actually.
Everybody seems to have settled a little bit except for Whelden, who seems to be touching the front trio, if you will.
Did Patrick just pass Beau Borders? I think
Oh, he
so.
certainly
Yes, he
did. Wow,
Looks like
Beau must have had a
missed shift or
missed
something.
Yeah,
because
that was way too fast.
that was way too easy.
Wow.
I thought at first it was a lap car, but no, that was for position. So Patrick from third place, boom, to the lead.
Oh,
Look
he
at
is
that.
really pushing it. He is
Look
completely
at that.
drifting through turn 3. That was wow.
Oh, Patrick's crew is just jumping up and down. I can see him out the window. They're just on the wall, jumping up and down. Take it easy, guys.
Yeah, Rick, he needs to be careful and kind of settle down here because he's going to wear those tires right off of that car if he's not careful.
Yeah, well, right now I know what he's thinking. He's thinking checkered flag right now.
I'm going to run away with it. No, we got a little bit more racing left.
Can we? Who do we have to bribe to get a checkered flag right now? But yeah, look at that, pulling away too. Beau Borders must have we need to find out what happened to him. But that was an interesting turn of events. But here we go.
Well, Beau's got a lot more experience than Patrick does. Boy, meanwhile, back at the ranch, Pete's completely on the inside of Beau.
Yeah,
Wow, I wonder if something's wrong with Beau's car.
I don't know. I don't think something's wrong with Beau's car. I think something is right with Pete's car. And he's just getting stronger as this race is progressing,
That
just
is
like yesterday.
Absolutely true. Look at him. He is
He's
absolutely
going.
pressuring
The
Beau.
lighter cars are going to get him under braking. Oh, is it? No, it's not. It's getting
Boy,
close.
he is right there, though. Holy cow.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, this is going to allow Patrick to kind of run away with it and settle down and
Yeah, look
keep,
at that.
get his tires to cool back down.
Yeah, meanwhile, Pete is trying to get a draft on the BMW headed into turn 2, the hardest braking zone of the track.
You know, that BMW is going to have the legs on that Honda on the straightaway, so it's going to be a tough task, especially since it's an uphill going towards the kink.
Wow, look at that. But Patrick Chio, first place. Michael Whelden is still moving up.
Right. He actually had a bit of a hard time getting around that TNI Mazda Speed 3, but once he got around him, he is making a lot of ground in
Look
top
at that,
3.
up
There
to
he
fourth
is.
place.
Right, and he's
Fourth
right
place.
there. I think he's going to have a little bit of a surprise for those top 3 here in a second.
Yeah, he's definitely the strongest car in the field right now. But it's just a matter of will he have enough time to finish everything and work his way up to these guys.
Our newcomer Roger Eagleton seems to be very strong as well. He is in an older car. He's in the Sportsman class. And,
Is that Beau? That's Beau.
that is Beau. He is really pushing it hard.
You know what it is these guys are watching their mirrors too much, I think, and they're making little mistakes, which allows them to lose a little bit of time. Meanwhile, Patrick is not making any mistakes as he's headed up.
In fact, I think he's grown that gap a little bit, going back to Beau.
Right. Well, you were talking about Eagleton in the Sportsman category. Yesterday he won the Sportsman. Today he looks like he's in second place currently behind our Sportsman leader, which is Jim Stevens in
That's
the
right.
Achilles Motorsports BMW.
And in third place is Jim Hughes in the other Achilles BMW. So we have a Achilles.
Oh, look at this! Justin is trying to pass Pete Barber. Oh, we're kind of right. What happened? They're side by side down in front straight here. As we go aboard, this is the Nissan of Patrick Chio.
Yeah, Patrick's loving this. He's wanting these guys to fight amongst each other.
Yes, for sure.
Like he's hoping that they get all side by side throughout the entire length of the track.
Oh, look at that. Eagleton going underneath the Mazda. Oh,
Wow,
easy,
Mazda shut
easy.
the door really hard. Wow, that was Krickenberger, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, but look at that. Here they come. This is our leader in Sportsman. Wolfenberg is off! No! There goes Wolfenberg is off again! Must have been watching his mirrors too much. That allows Whelden to claim third place. Last place, up to third place already.
Amazing. Well, he is absolutely on a tear.
Wow, this is going to be something if he can keep this up. But here we go. We're watching
Justin now.
Wow, these guys, and he's got a bunch of cars around him, and he's got a smoking T&I Mazda in front of him that keeps locking up his wheels. Seems like.
Patrick's coming up on the back markers here. I wonder if that's going to have any effect. Boy, that off really put Pete off. And there goes
the Patrick Chio.
Patrick. So he had no issues with Lars. That was very nice of Lars to give him all the room in the world.
Yeah, here comes our second place and third
Oh,
place.
they go around them. Wow. We got a little
beautiful.
Nissan sandwich going on over there.
That's beautiful, but but you know who's fallen off a lot is Wolfenberg. In fact, he pulled in the pits.
Oh, wow.
There it is.
Something went wrong with Pete's car. That's such a shame.
That off must have broken something in the suspension because he just lost a bunch of speed after going off. Or maybe something broke, which caused him to go off. We never
Could be, right. Oh, boy, here we go.
Yeah,
and
that's it.
Whelden goes
Whelden
underneath.
goes in second place now. Wow.
I wonder if that was team orders.
I don't know about that.
That will be interesting. And don't look now, but the Sportsman class all of a sudden is getting extremely competitive. They're nose to tail.
Yeah, look at that. Whelden, second place. Boy, I hope that Patrick's not looking in his mirror too much and he just puts his head down and puts his foot down and goes for it. But we have a train of cars headed their way. We're coming into turn 5. Back on board with Beau Borders, and we're watching Whelden just slowly pull away. And he's closing that gap to the orange Nissan. This could be quite a race. This would be actually similar to what Daniel did in the GT class, I believe in round 2 at Miller, where he started in the back and passed everybody and ended up winning the race. This could be something akin to that.
So once Whelden got around Borders, he doesn't seem to be making that much inroads towards Patrick, though. That's interesting.
Patrick's was really strong. Of course, he started on the pole with a really quick lap. Patrick was actually a second faster than Whelden was.
And this is interesting. Jim Stevens also pulled away from Roger Eagleton as well. Again, I wonder if these people pushed so hard that they just overcooked their tires. And as soon as I said that, Roger seems to collect Jim Stevens right back in.
Jim Stevens, yes. This is a fight for Sportsman category right there.
Roger's just going to show me off here and say, I am not done yet.
Yes. Eagleton driving that BMW M3 this is his first weekend of racing in the U.S. Touring Car Championship, and he's shown himself to be quite a threat.
It's also his first weekend in that car also, so I think he's getting more and more used to that car as he puts in. Whoa, a little crossed up.
Jeez.
Wow.
Oh, look at that gap is closing between the Nissan and Whelden now.
Whelden's making me eat my words here. Boy, these guys are just all over each other.
There goes the battle for the... Behind them, that's the T&I Racing, the red Mazda's T&I Racing, that's the GT class. And behind them is Justin Krickenberger in the Lifespan Racing M3. And behind them, Rod Rojas, who's not having a great weekend in the GoGoGear.com Genesis Coupe. He was off the pace a little bit this weekend.
But those guys have been nose to tail lap after lap after lap. They're enjoyed themselves in regards to kind of going back and forth here. So
for sure,
we'll see who wins that battle in the back there. Oh, that Mazda keeps...
The Mazda with a little smoke. What's that? Looks like it's a wheel smoke. Looks like he locks up a tire.
I don't know what it is, but it's consistent every lap. Stevens is doing a great job holding off Eagleton here. And Eagleton seems to have a line.
Eagleton trying to get inside of the other BMW.
There's a fast turn 10 here. Set him up, see if he can jump on the
inside. Okay, here we go.
For...
Look at that. He's
wow,
setting up
Whelden
the draft.
Is right there. Holy cow.
Patrick takes the inside. It forces him to the outside of turn 2. Will he take it? Side by side going into turn 2. Who's going to outbrake
Find out who's got better brakes.
Oh, be careful.
Oh, wow.
He's going to lock him
Whelden drove it in there deep.
Oh,
wow.
Whelden outside pass.
Amazed.
Beautiful move. Holy
Very nice.
smokes.
And he gave Patrick room as well. What a gentleman.
That was nice. Really courteous racing, yet very aggressive. Beautiful job. And behind them, you have the battle for Sportsman, headed by the Achilles Motorsports BMW M3 of Jim Stevens.
Yeah, the battles are really, really tight. This race is starting to wind down, and these guys are definitely pushing hard. There's nothing left. Second race of the weekend, and this is for all the marbles.
Yes, this is it. So we know what we talked about, saving your car. Yeah, there's none of that now.
Look at that. Patrick's kind of getting sideways coming up. They're pushing hard. There's nothing left on the table here for these guys. They're putting it out there.
Well, regardless of what happens, Patrick has done a superb job just leading the race for at least a little bit, and because the brand new car they built in the beginning of the season, and I believe Patrick just started racing not too long ago. Total rookie, so for him to be doing this, it's simply fantastic.
So it's very, very impressive to have Whelden come from the back all the way to the front. It's very impressive for a rookie like Patrick to be holding the lead for most of the race and basically still having on for second place. So lots of impressive drives out there today.
Yeah, and Beau Borders still in third place, our points leader. He's carrying a little bit of rewards weight, and yeah, you know what? That's third place is good for points. The other thing we didn't mention in all the excitement in touring car is the car you see parked on this front straight. That was Daniel Akromsteff's BMW, who did about 7 or 8 laps or so and ended up having to park it due to a flat tire of all things.
Yeah, they're not having the greatest weekend this weekend.
No, yesterday broke an axle and today flat tire, so he's out and not doing really well for our reigning GT champion. He's the 2014 GT champion.
And Whelden's being pretty smart. Once he got the lead, he's just kind of taking it easy, making sure that he doesn't overcook his tires, and he's just kind of holding that gap steady. And meanwhile, we're back in the GT front runner, and he's about to lap the leaders in touring car.
Yeah, Dobson and that Mendola Powertrains FFR. Super fast car, V8 horsepower, easily lapping the field here at Monterey's Mazda Raceway Laguna Seca.
As you see, he has a lot easier time going on the inside of the cars than Patrick did.
Yeah, well, it's easy when you have twice the horsepower, you know.
That's right, he's going to push the issue, jump on the inside of him
and
before the corkscrew.
And I'm sure the other cars that see him coming go, you know what, just go, let me be. Nobody wants to have any issues.
That pass before the corkscrew actually tightened up Borders and Patrick. I wonder if Beau's got something for Patrick here before the race is done.
You know, I think Patrick was a little extra nice or something because he had to delay his turn in a little bit, cost him a little bit of time, and allowed Borders to catch up a little bit.
Here we go. Look at that.
There's a safety
whoa!
truck.
They're going to take away Daniel, and that didn't help out Patrick's winding out coming out of that corner. He had to kind of pinch it. This is interesting, but look at that. That Nissan's got the legs on that M3. He just went and get him getting smaller and smaller. That's amazing.
Now we get to turn 2, and we got a couple of lap cars in the way now. We have to be careful not to hopefully. Oh,
Roger jumps inside of Stevens. Wow,
nice.
That is for first place in Sportsman.
Beautiful, nice moving inside of turn 2.
Boy, Stevens left that door wide open. You could have driven an 18-wheeler through there. I don't know what went on there. I wonder if he got something wrong with his car, or that was just way too easy.
That was, but well, I guess it would maybe look easy from here. I'm sure it wasn't that easy. You know, it's a lot easier watching.
Oh no! Patrick is off.
Oh,
wow!
No.
Oh my God!
Oh, and he's not even moving. Oh, no, there's no moving.
No.
That's it. You're stuck in that gravel trap. You got to wait for a tow truck to come get you. Oh, no.
Boy, just
now we have
a moment
there
of
we
brain
go.
fade. He jumped on the inside of that turn and got 2 wheels, and with hot tires, I'm sure he picked up a bunch of rocks and he went skating right off the track.
The one thing about this track is it eats up brakes, and if you don't have great brakes in this track, you lose your brakes. It's quite possible that they just overheated the brakes on that car and just he lost them.
It's terrible. I feel bad for Patrick.
Poor
Boy,
Patrick.
yeah, he was leading most of the race.
Just like yesterday.
He had second place locked up, and he's absolutely out of the race.
Wow, that's too bad. But I wonder what's what's going to happen with the tow truck situation and things like that. But
Yeah, we're under.
we're not on the full course yellow.
It's local, right?
It's just a local yellow, so we're still racing.
By the way, did you see Vijay Mirzayan is kind of catching up on Dave Brown? So second place in GT is a real close battle.
Yeah, you better hurry up because checkered flag's coming out any second now. And yeah, sure enough, there it is. Checkered flag comes out for Ken Dobson in the Mendola Powertrains Factory 5 GTM, winning the GT class, followed by Dave Brown in the Life's Good Racing Chevrolet Camaro.
Third place is Vijay Mirzayan in his Achilles Motorsport BMW M3, followed in fourth place by Ron Valtier in the TNI Mazda Speed 3.
Daniel Kromstev unfortunately did not finish with a flat tire. Winning the touring class, we have Michael Whelden, who went from last to first in that Life's Good Racing BMW M3, followed by his teammate Beau Borders in another Life's Good Racing BMW M3.
In third place is Roger Eagleton, who also won the Sportsman class in the GoGoGear.com BMW M3. Fourth place is Justin Krickenberger in Life's Good Racing BMW M3.
Rod Rojas finished with a fifth place in the GoGoGear.com Hyundai Genesis Coupe, followed by Gregg Hughes in the Achilles Motorsports BMW M3.
In seventh place is Michael McCulligan in his RX-8. In eighth place is Lars Wolfe in his Nissan Juke.
And that follows with Jim Stevens in the Achilles Motorsports BMW M3. Let's get down to Emma, see what she's got to say with the drivers.
Congratulations, Michael Whelden, on your win today and the number 76 BMW M3. You started off last place and you won the race. Talk to me about this. It was so exciting to watch.
Yeah, we had a very rough weekend. I'm usually in the number 10 Mitsubishi Lancer, Life's Good Racing. Unfortunately, Saturday morning, broke the half shafts, pulled it out of the diff. Car was done for the weekend. We didn't have a diff cover to replace it with. So luckily enough, some friends of ours at TNI running the Honda Civic, they had this BMW M3. So today we had to start last though, because I had to give up my second place with the Lancer. Started last, got a great start, but immediately had a stalled car right in front of me. Had to slowly go around him. A couple cars trying to feed into the gap by the wall with me. Finally then got going. A couple of faster cars coming through, but from there it was pretty easy until about 2 laps to go.
And what happened?
I had a really bad misshift. We were having a tough time going from second to third with the M3, and finally just going from second to third coming out of the corkscrew. She just ground herself into third gear, and from then on I had a horrible vibration from the transmission. I had to really basically just grind it as hard as I could to get it out of third into fourth, go from third to second.
So you basically came around the last 2 laps barely with any gears. It's just, and you kept your first place. Congratulations, how amazing. We cannot wait to watch you again. race weekend. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you to Mazda Raceway for having us. Thanks to all of our drivers, all of our sponsors, and all of our teams. We've had a fantastic time here. Join us again soon.